for. Sit right here.
What? What?
I'm lying.
Just an asshole. Like,
oh,
no.
dude. Yes! Let's go! Yes, sir! GG! Oh my god, yes, dude. Let's freaking go. Hello everyone, I'm recording this after I beat the level because I wanted to go through it. I normally write really long descriptions, but I had so much to say about this level that I honestly just wanted to record and give my thoughts. So this is the most amount of attempts I've taken on a level, mostly because I went for this level in 2023, like late 2023. Got it in 2 runs, but I also spent like 20,000 attempts because I was way worse at the game. But I wanted to go through the level in practice and just talk about it. So I will say the beginning I don't really need to talk about, but the real meat of the level starts when you get to this transition, which, as you can see, is incredibly blind, which this is a common thing in Omega interface. It's a lot of transitions that are honestly really bad, and especially bad in the visual department, but thankfully, at least for me, I found a good visual cue for the first wave click. I don't know if anyone else has used this, but what I did, I waited until this eye was on screen, because if you notice, the eye lines up with the first gap. So I normally just shot for that, and it actually worked pretty well, and I actually got pretty good at this. The main thing with this level is that the first 3 clicks of every wave in the first half are really impossible. It's just really hard, and then if you notice, the rest of the wave is just kind of filler big wave gameplay because it's really not that hard and there isn't much to it other than those wave clicks. And then you get to what I would say is the hardest part of the level, 16 to 28. Now, this is the only part of this level I think is genuinely bad. It was just really inconsistent for a really long time. Even if I was getting unlucky, I was enjoying it because I was actually able to get far, but most of my time playing it, I wasn't able to get far because of this part. This black orb is absolutely ridiculous. 18 is a huge choke point. Another huge choke point would be this wave click is really bad, mostly because you can do this, where you pass the spike, but you just die to the block and the slope on the side because, you know, I don't know, Omega interface, which is a common thing in the whole level. Actually, there's a lot of places where you can pass the spike and die to the block afterwards, and it's really annoying. And the part that I struggled with the most in this level is this micro click section, because you have to, so you're holding and then you have to release and click again. And let me tell you, I am really bad at hold gameplay, so this part destroyed me from 0. Like, this whole section here was so bad. This is the wave click over here, but this whole section here was so bad for me. And what I will also say is also really bad is these ship transitions are kind of god awful. It just throws you in, and I thankfully have a pretty consistent method for it, but it's a very common complaint for people to talk about how bad these transitions are, because they are really bad. But I just kind of have a 2-click strat, and it works pretty well. This transition, the 27 to 28, is what caused me the most pain in this level, actually. Is I will say that. It's just annoying, and it was just so bad from 0. Like, I mean, my pass rate of it, like oh, it's inverse. Like, it was a pretty large choke point for a while. I would genuinely have like a 30% pass rate. It was really annoying. And that's not to say the rest of the wave is much better. Just this whole section is just brutal and honestly really annoying, and was a very large cause of my frustration, especially because none of the transitions and a lot of the problems I had in this level never really felt like my fault. It just felt like a flaw in the creation process of just not taking the player into account, especially on full detail. Most people beat this level on LDM for a reason, because the full detail just makes it like less fair. This transition as well is the same as the 25 one. It's really inconsistent. I didn't find this one too bad, but it's pretty stupid. The micro clicks right before the break part were really annoying, and honestly, to me, one of the worst places you could put a choke point. It's right before you're getting far, so you have to pass these 2 waves to solidify yourself as far, which I feel like can be like a cool feeling in a way, but to me it's just annoying because I died to 41 19 times, and I died to 49 times. 28 potential missed break deaths if this wave section here wasn't that hard. And then once you're done with that, you finally get to the break. So the break isn't as bad as the beginning, not even close. I think the beginning is so much harder, but the break has some of the nastiest choke points in the whole level. Here at 49 is probably the worst of the choke points in the second half for me. This like straight fly and transition into the straight fly, so hard to me. I died here a lot. I think it was 9 times. Yeah, 9 times, and then once at 50. Dying towards the beginning of the break is just really annoying, because getting past 42 felt like I was getting far, but then I would just die immediately, and that feeling would immediately go away. The next choke point is this transition into this click was definitely a killer. For me, for a while, I didn't actually find it that bad, but once I got 58 as a new best, I got it 2 more times from 0 without passing it, which I think kind of ate up all my deaths there that I was gonna have in general before I even got to 60, which was nice not dying there, but I did die there again after a bit, so it didn't really matter. And then once you get past all of that, you get to the 60 part, which onwards is really only carried by a few things. The one thing that carries this 10% section is this wave at 68 is ridiculous. I died here 5 times from 0 in that wave alone, because damn, that wave is really hard, man. And then we get to something that I was actually excited to talk about, because there's a click here. I'll show it off. There's a click here at 72 where you're kind of sent in on top of this spike, and you have to do this really hard UFO click. Many people find this click to be insanely hard, and myself included. I found it to be really hard, but I found this strat because I just felt like there was a way you could get before it. First I tried jumping into this, but that was really hard to get consistent with. You could just like jump over it, and I really did not want to do that from 0. So I asked myself, I wonder if you could just hold. And then I tried it. And you can just consistently hold and get this gap, which is 100 times more manageable than the other gap. It honestly negated any difficulty I had with the click. I still died here from 0 because I'm an idiot. This wave at 74 is definitely a run killer. I am horrible at release timing, so this part was pretty damn hard for me. Funny story about this UFO, I have a clip of me skipping this pink orb and living. I have genuinely no idea how. The ending isn't that bad, I think, except for the first few clicks. I died at 81 3 times beating this. 2 of those were the pink orb, and 1 of those was the black orb. The black orb death was really unfortunate, but the pink orb is really hard. Everything after isn't that bad. The wave here at 86 is pretty chokeable, and then the last ship is chokeable, but it's not really that hard. A lot of people died at 90. I didn't die at 90, thankfully. So yeah, that's Omega Interface. I just wanted to do a little practice run, take you through, talk about my thoughts on some of the parts, because I don't really think I could have compiled all of this into a 5,000 character limit description. So yeah, if you listen to this, thanks. I really wanted to air out my thoughts on this level, especially because I'm so passionate about this level, because I've loved Omega Interface ever since I saw it, and getting to play it was definitely an experience, and I'm really passionate about this level because I just feel like there's so much that could have been in the level, because it's such a good level. I just wish it had the player in mind more. But yeah, that's my review of Omega Interface. Tell me if you guys want more of these, because I like talking about Geometry Dash levels. So yeah, that's from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the review.